everybody, Vanessa here. Not the best lighting, but coming to you with a few tips to help you feel a little bit more grounded. It's kind of a crazy time with the whole coronavirus, and I also have been traveling and just came back a week ago, and I always feel when I travel overseas and change time zones, I get a little unsettled and uneasy. And the state of how things are, I'm sure a lot of people out there are feeling a little unsteadied or overwhelmed or maybe even fearful. So I wanted to give a couple quick yoga tips to help kind of ground you more. And one really good thing to do is try not to let the fear take over. Try not to focus on it, because you know when you come from a place of fear, good things don't come out of it. Like, think about all the times in past, if you've ever been overstressed or reacted quickly or in fear, more likely than not, the result wasn't great. Like when we get stressed out or fearful, it clouds our judgment and we tend to overreact. It also causes a lot of dis-ease, right? We're not at ease. Stress, and that causes disease. So our whole body can be compromised because of it. So if nothing else, try and get a little more grounded, and here are some easy ways to do that. So I'm a yoga instructor, so I'll give some yoga poses that are super simple to ground down. The very first one is easy seat, just simply sitting cross-legged on the floor and putting your palms facing down. Is a really good way to just ground. Now, one of the best tips to ground is to get super present, and we get present by being mindful and being aware of where we are in the space that we're in, right? So in this easy seat, having the palms facing down is a very clear connection to yourself, which helps you get more present. And then I also want you to notice where you're connected to the earth and kind of heavy down there. So simply sitting in this kind of cross-legged seat, and I like to get a little longer in the spine and let my shoulders then soften down the back, and just being here and paying attention to your breath. And sometimes even it helps to bring a hand to heart and hand to belly to really feel your breath and truly connect to yourself, can sometimes calm anxiety and help you just to center in, which is the big key in all of this, is to center in, to get present, because more likely in this moment, right now, this moment, you are okay? So we're not thinking about what's gonna happen, what's happened, we're just being in this moment to try and center ourselves and ground ourselves. So easy seat, that's one of them. Super easy, right? Anybody can do it. And if you're somebody who has tight hips and you say, oh, my legs don't go, especially some men have tighter hips, you take something and you prop it under here. So if you're in a yoga class, blocks. So that's one. But everybody can do this next one. This next one is super easy, and that is Tadasana, which is our mountain pose. Standing pose, very easy. So in Tadasana, we're simply standing, right? But it's very intentionally standing. So you're grounding through your feet. Your feet, you can bring your big toes to touch, you can have your feet just a little bit apart, or they can be together, or they can be hip width distance, whatever's comfortable. The key is that you're grounding down. So for me right now, I'm feeling the mat under my feet. I am grounding into the earth, I'm activating my legs. So I'm being intentional. My kneecaps are lifted, my thighs are lifted. So you're rooted to the earth, and then you can be a little bit more lifted out of the pose. You can lengthen your spine, you can let the crown of the head kind of lift, and maybe even roll your shoulders up and back and let them kind of roll down your back. So the shoulder blades kind of come together and the heart can lift. And again, the hands can be alongside. If it feels better to maybe bring your hands to your palms to ground more, or again, hand to heart, hand to belly is a great way to connect in. Okay, so those are two simple, super simple, easy poses. If you want to do some more yoga poses, if you're a yogi and you're familiar with it, Warrior Two is a grounding pose, Pigeon's a grounding pose, Child's pose is a great pose to center in. There are so many, but the key with all of it is really bringing presence in and connecting to your breath, tuning in, and again, being in the moment that you're in and allowing yourself to be okay in that moment and telling yourself that I am okay. And I say to my yoga classes all the time, my students, if you simply breathe for the whole hour, because yoga is moving and breathing, that's what Vinyasa yoga is. But if you simply just breathe and focus on the breath for the next hour, I say to them all the time, you will benefit incredibly. So even if you just stop and take a moment and focus on your breath wherever you are and become super present, and tell yourself that you are okay, it's going to make a big difference. Anyway, be well. Talk to you soon.